What's up, everybody? It's Team War Ultima here with another Modern Warfare 3 commentary for you. This time I'm going to be talking about your hopes, your dreams, your desires. Okay, well, actually none of those, but it sounded good. Anyway, today I'm talking about your kill-death ratio and how it isn't as good as you want it to be, because it never is, right? So for players who just play to actually enjoy themselves and don't monitor their kill-death ratios like they monitor their bank accounts, this video probably won't give you all that much, except maybe some entertaining gameplay you can watch and enjoy. So anyway, this all started a few days ago when a friend of mine was complaining about how his KD, and I'll put my air quotes up here, sucks. It was only 1.05 at the time. It's improved a little bit since then, but it was 1.05 when we were talking about this, so that's not a totally stellar kill-death ratio, but it's positive, and it means he's contributing to his team on average, so that's a good thing. You can't complain about that. So anyway, I said, well, what do you want your KD to be? And he said, I don't know, 1.2. And I was like, all right, well, it's not obscene or anything, so how quickly do you want to get it done? And his response was, exactly what you'd expect. He said ASAP. And I'm like, all right, obviously, tell me something a little more specific here. And he's like, all right, how about I get it up to 1.2 by the time I've gotten my next 1,000th kill? And I'm like, all right, you've got like 4,000 kills or so right now, so another 1,000 kills probably won't be that big of a deal for you. And then I realized, well, what he doesn't want to think about, he doesn't want to think about the next 1,000 kills. He wants to think about the next 1,000 encounters that he has. And an encounter is either where he's engaged with an enemy and either he dies or he lives, or he dies or he gets the kill. So that's an encounter. So if he thinks about the next 1,000 encounters, he'll be able to have a kill-death ratio in mind that he has to achieve over his next 1,000 encounters so that his kill-death ratio will get to his goal. So at the time, he had 4,329 kills and 4,119 deaths. So his kill-death ratio was 1.051. And he decided that he wanted to get it up to 1.20 within the next 1,000 encounters. So I figured out, since I was a little less intoxicated than he was, that I had to sit down and kind of think about this. And I worked the numbers for a while, and I realized that it wouldn't be quite as simple to figure out as I was hoping it was going to be, but I did it anyway because I'm a trooper and I care about my friend. So anyway, long story short, it's a system of equations, and don't freak out. I'm not going to even talk about the mess of it because who the hell wants to hear about that? But anyway, so you have your 4,300 or so kills, and you got your 4,100 deaths there, and then that gives you your kill death of 1.05 or so. Now don't worry, I'm not going to solve the whole fucking equation like I said, but I just want to show you the premise. So my friend is interested in a new kill death ratio, namely 1.20. So you have to take his current kills plus some unknown number of kills that we're going to figure out, and then we're going to divide that by his current deaths plus some unknown number of deaths, which his new deaths will be whatever's left over between 1,000 and the new kills he has to get. So anyway, those unknown numbers are to be determined. So the trouble is you have two unknowns, new kills, and new deaths, but those are in the same equation, which means you can't solve for it. And long story short, blah, 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 you end up with one unknown number solved in terms of your other unknown number, and that's no good to you at all. So you need to add another equation, and that's just a really simple one. It's new kills plus new deaths equals 1,000. And once you solve those two equations at the same time, which I'm not going to do for you like I said, you come up with the kill-death ratio he needs to achieve over his next 1,000 encounters is 4.695. So long story short, given he's currently playing at a kill-death ratio of 1.05, he has pretty much a little worse than a snowball's chance in hell of achieving his goal. So not to despair, all he has to do is give himself more time or more encounters. So say he wanted to get to 1.2 over the next 3,000 encounters versus just 1,000, he would only need to play with a kill-death ratio going forward of 1.766, which is still a little lofty for him, but at least it's potentially doable. And it's not like over 4, which is insane for most people. So anyway, we're getting a little close to the end of the gameplay here, so I wanted to wrap it up. The whole point of this is that Modern Warfare 3 just came out, and so it's unlikely anyone has like 10,000 kills, or maybe you do and you just play it a ton. But pretty much if your kill-death ratio isn't where you want it to be, it's not that big of a deal because it's totally fixable at this point. It's not like we're 6 months down the road and your kill-death ratio is pretty much set. So the earlier you figure this out, the sooner you can get onto it and figure out what you need to achieve and then work towards that and fix it. So The link to the file that does this calculation for you in like 2 seconds is in the description. Very few of you know me in person, so if you want to scan the file with the antivirus software just to be sure it's safe, go right ahead. I don't blame you at all, but I promise you it's safe. The file's an Excel file, but it's really, really simple to use, and I'm going to actually flip over to a demonstration of how to use that file right now. You'll need the solver add-in, and whether you know it or not, you guys do have it. You all have it. It's not something extra you have to buy. You just have to enable it, and if you don't know how to enable it, I'll actually have another video at the end of this that you can click on and go to it and actually see how to install Solver, which is really simple. It's like 2 steps. So let's flip over and we will see how to run the file real quick, and you'll see it's totally simple, and you'll be moving towards your new kill-death ratio before you know it. Alright, so in that first green box, you're going to put the number of kills you currently have, and as an example, I said 3,100. In the next green cell down, you're going to put the current number of deaths you have, and I said 3,000 in this example. In the red box, you're going to put the number of encounters that you're going to want to calculate your goal over, and as an example, I said 1,000. And you see the new kill death cell, the gray one, is all messed up, but that's because you haven't solved yet. So go to the data tab, and then all the way on the right side, click solver. And the first thing you're going to do is click in that first field, and you're going to click on the new kill death ratio, the gray one. And then next thing you do is click on the equal to radio button, and then in that little field next to it, you're going to type in what you want your KD to be. And I said 1.06 in this case. And then the next row down, by changing what cell, you're going to click on that empty gray cell at the bottom. And after you've done that, you just click solve, and it'll say solver's found a conclusion, which is fantastic, blah, 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 and you just say OK. And then you will see down at the bottom, kill death required. In the gray cell with the orange letters, it'll say 1.239 if you did it correctly in terms of this example. Otherwise, it'll have the kill death ratio you will need to achieve over your next 1,000 kills, or whatever you put in. So if that's not clear, you can always either send me a message, write a comment. I'm on iPlayCOD. If you want, and this video will be posted there as well, so you can go to iPlayCOD.com in the Modern Warfare 3 forum, and you'll see the thread for this, so you can post your questions there. Hell, I'll actually put a link in the description to the thread where I posted this video there. So if you have questions, you can contact me there. I always follow the threads. I start pretty carefully. So anyway, that's it. Like I said, if you don't have Solver installed, like if you go to the data tab and there's nothing on the far right side that says Solver, that's because you haven't enabled it yet. So on screen right now, there's actually an annotation you can click on. It'll shoot you over to the video that I uploaded just now for how to enable Solver. It's like 3 steps. It's really simple, and just do them in reverse pretty much if you ever want to get rid of Solver, but it's not like it does anything. So anyway, so that's all for me. I hope you found this informative. I'm always trying to figure out new and innovative ways to bring a little bit of math into the game, just to make it a little easier to understand, or to actually have some thought process going instead of just running around killing people. So it may have been a little too mathy for you guys, and if it was, I'm sorry, but if you got this far, I really appreciate you sticking around and watching my video. Anyway, leave comments. Like I said, there's a link in the description to where this will be discussed on the iPlayCOD Modern Warfare 3 forum, which is a really great community, and I suggest you all check it out, even if you're not checking out my thread. Anyway, that's all for me. I appreciate you watching, and if you want to subscribe, I'd appreciate that even more. So have a good night, and I will see you all soon.